Hello and welcome to today's episode of Reminisce with Ash. And like you're all aware, we're going to have a special guest today. But before we go to the special guest, I'll just give you an update on what we are doing today. We will be talking about a very, very important and a famous match. From my side of things, I really enjoyed this game for the sheer high scoring nature of it. We are all aware of which game I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Australia versus India game at the Chinnaswamy Stadium way back in 2013. Okay, I'm getting some interesting people commenting already. Hari, sure, we can take a look and we can give it a shot. And thanks, Hari. Thanks for presenting yourself here. We are all completely honored. Hari is the team analyst to the Indian cricket team right now. And guys, we will be talking about this India-Australia game in 2013. What was extremely important or what was extremely critical in this series was the high-scoring nature. Every single game, the scores were in excess of 300. One of the odd times the score was just below 300 was probably the first ODI in Pune and then probably another ODI in Ranchi. Where we were all poised to chase it down, but rain took the better of the game, and there was a washed out game in Cuttack. It was a 7-match series which India, that is we, ended up winning 3-2. But this game in Bangalore was a decider because every game had been chased down. In fact, one game in Jaipur, I remember very clearly. There was a score of 363, and I think Virat and Rohit and Shikhar, I think they hunted it down in like 42, 43 overs, which was insane. It was a proper exhibition match that. And following up from there, there was another high-scoring chase at Nagpur where Rohit again was in full flow. So was Shikhar, so was Virat. So as we are speaking, the guest for the evening is here, Rohit here, and I'm extremely excited to ask him a lot of questions. I expect a lot of interesting answers too. Hi Rohit, how are you doing, buddy?
What's up, buddy? What are you doing?
Not much. Clearly experimenting with all the hairstyles that I've got.
Yeah, I can see that, man. Wow.
Is it good? Because I think most people, I mean, we are all dependent on you to give a good shot at it. Give me a go.
Okay.
Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
I'm good like this. No, but it's good. Nice, Ash. It's something different from what we have seen you all these years.
Yeah.
So, pretty interesting.
I'll try and keep it going.
But please do not copy or do not go Ishan Sharma's way. You know how it will end up.
You mean you don't want a ponytail at the back, right?
That's what I meant, yes.
That's exactly what you meant. And you wouldn't want that sledging that he gave Steve Smith in Bangalore test. Is that also something that you want to add on?
एक बार करके तो दिखा तू. I was not there, yaar, but I mean, I was not part of that series, but I was watching it. I watched it highlights. I watched it on highlights. They were not talking about the game, the entire game. They didn't talk about the game. They were talking about what Ishan Sharma did to Steve Smith.
And what about what Steve Smith वो जो किया वो भी बहुत funny था.
Oh, not now.
Not now और पूरा bat भी आगे किया.
ऐसे कर दिया उसने.
हाँ, ऐसे किया.
Yeah,
and that was a brain fade match as well, so it was quite important. But today we are not going to be talking about that, Rohit.
Yeah.
Okay, Rohit, I'm not sure if you watched this, but this is an episode where I'm going back in time and remembering matches from the past. And clearly, without having to negotiate much with you, I asked you about it, and you were more than happy to talk about this game. One of my favorite knocks of yours. There are plenty, but this has to go down as one of the best in ODI history. What do you remember from this game in Bangalore, especially about your batting and the game itself?
Yeah, I know. It was firstly, it was an important series for us because I had just started to open for India at that point. We played Champions Trophy, and then we went to West Indies after that. And then I remember straight after West Indies, it was this tournament which we played against Australia. So, and you know how we like to play against Australia. You want to prove a point, you want to beat them, you want to do so many things with them. So it was a good challenge for me to face that team, and I took it upon as a good challenge. I remember before the first game in Jaipur, UV you and I, we went to do a pool session, and I remember him telling me, now this is a great opportunity for you. You just started opening the batting, and you get to face, nearly whatever. I mean, you get to face from ball one till the last ball is bowled of your innings. So it's a great opportunity for you to now get big 100 in this series. I was getting 40s, 50s, 70s, and all that. In Champions Trophy also, you were part of it, and I was getting a couple of 50s I got, and then I couldn't make it a big one. So that was a good talk we had there in the pool, and I told him, I also feel that now that I'm opening the batting, I need to make it big. And I remember the first game we played, we chased 360 man in 41 overs.
Yeah, I think Australia won in Pune and we hit them back, right?
Yeah,
At
they
Jaipur.
won in Pune. Then we won another one, and they won again in Mohali. So it was quite an interesting contest between the two teams, because they had a solid team, we had a solid team as well. But Australia is a team, they don't like to give it up so easily wherever they play, and especially when they travel, they like to prove a point as well. So they play, they go that extra mile to win that game or the series. So I remember clearly, it was a hard fought series, and that Bangalore game was a decider for us. And I never thought I will score a double hundred. Yeah, honestly speaking, I never thought of it. I just wanted to bat Bangalore. It was a Bangalore pitch, and nice and flat. Ball was coming on nicely, and I remember there was a little halt because it rained for a brief period, about half an hour, 40 minutes.
Okay.
And then me and Shikhar, we were not out. We came back in, and Shikhar suddenly, I think after the games started, he got out in the second over. So I mean, it was my responsibility, and then Virat got run out in that game, which was, I don't know whose fault was that, but it was a bad run out. Yes, and then the whole stadium was looking at me. I know. And then Suresh and I had a good partnership again. Then he got out after scoring 30, 40. And then UV got out early. And then MS and I, we batted till the end, almost till 48th over, I think, if I'm not wrong.
You got out only in the last over, I think. Or probably
last or second last over, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, possibly.
Second last over, I got out.
And how did you get out?
You know how it is with MS in the middle. Like he likes to talk. He likes to, keep adding his thought of what he thinks about what I should do. He was telling me, you're the set batsman. I want you to bat till 48th over, 49th over, or 50th over, probably, because you are set. You can hit any bowler anywhere you want. So let me take chance at that point. You just take a back seat, take singles, knock off in the gaps, and find odd boundaries if you can. And then I was just thinking, no, yeah, I'm seeing the ball really well. I might as well, try and put pressure on the bowlers right here and right now, which was, I think, about 41st over. And I decided to go on from there. And I remember hitting Xavier Doherty. They gave him that 42nd or 43rd over. I don't remember. And I hit 4 sixes in that over.
Yeah. In fact, I think you hold the record for hitting 4 sixes across different games, right? Consecutively or something like that.
No idea. It was not consecutive. It was not consecutive. It was 2. And then I hit a boundary. And then another one. And then there was double. And then another 6, I think.
6. Okay.
If I remember, yeah. I don't remember that exactly. But yeah, that's how it was. And
do you remember the number of sixes you hit in the game?
Yeah, 16.
Yeah, that was then the highest. I don't know if it's been beaten after that.
16 sixes. When I went back inside, someone was telling me, if you would have batted another over or so, you would have broken Virendra Sehwag's record also.
And what was that?
I think it was 219.
It doesn't matter anymore, does it? There's been 3.
Yeah, I know. But imagine the expectations in the dressing room itself. Yeah, they want me to score another 10 runs, 15 runs to get past 219.
Was it by any chance a bowler that gave you that comment?
Yeah, if I'm not wrong, there was 3-4 guys.
Okay.
UV was one of them. And there was one more guy. I don't know. Shikhar tha shayad.
Because you know what, Rohit? I mean, just as you're speaking about it, I remember from about 44th to the 48th over, there was a time when every single ball was either a boundary, six, or a two. Because
Yeah,
MS was running like a hare, and you
yeah,
guys were stitching this partnership. And like, in all honesty, as a bowler watching the game, you feel like you are in this Hunger Games.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
guys, the batsmen are coming out here, the swords are out, and
yeah.
you are there to be given. Your neck is going to be chopped off. So any run that you guys were getting extra was obviously going to give the bowlers a better chance.
I know because see when I started batting and when we were halfway through the through our innings, nearly about 25th, 30th over, I realized that this wicket is flat and ball is traveling. It's a comparatively a little smaller ground than the rest of the grounds in India. So we thought, any score we get here is not going to be safe. I never thought we'll get nearly about 400. I think we got around 400.
380 odd, I think. 380 odd.
390, 390 if I'm not wrong. So I never thought we'll get that much. And once we got that much, we got 390. We said, okay, probably they have a good batting lineup as well. They might come hard and try and put pressure on our bowlers also, because anyway 360s, 340s were being chased very easily in that tournament,
correct.
in that series particularly, and that's, if I remember so far in my ODI career, that's probably has been the run feast tournament I have been part of. Never ever I played such a high scoring series before this. So every game it was 300 plus.
But do you think the series pattern emerged, or was the batting wickets the wickets were really plus?
Wickets even now when we play, wickets are good, but the quality of batting, from their side, from our side, was just unbelievable. They had solid batting lineup. We had solid batting lineup, but the bowlers we knew at the start of the tournament only that bowlers will be challenged here because, we had few inexperience in our bowling lineup. They had few inexperience in their bowling lineup. So either way, it was not so balanced or heavily bowling side from the other side. But we thought, okay, when we played the first game, we thought, okay, it's not going to be. This was the only game probably where the teams have scored 360. I don't think it's going to happen from here on. But second game again we played. I think second game was
Nagpur and Mohali both. Yeah.
No. Second game was Nagpur. I think.
Second game was Jaipur, then Mohali, and then Nagpur. I think we kept hitting back, didn't we?
Yeah. First game Pune we lost.
290 odd. We were chasing and we lost.
I'm confused. I think Jaipur was the first game.
No, Rohit, we lost the first one. We came back in the series. 100%.
Okay. So second was Jaipur. Third one was I think again Mohali.
I'm not sure if it's Mohali or Nagpur, but one of the two, surely.
But even Mohali, we batted first and we got 300. I think MS batted well in that game.
Yeah, he got runs. Yeah, I think we came back. We came back from behind. We looked ahead in the game, and then James Faulkner played that blinder and got it.
Yeah, he was batting well in that tournament. He batted very well in that series. He got 100 in that game where I got 200 also.
Correct, he did. No, but Rohit, tell me something. What do you remember from the first innings when you ran Virat out? Because there is a little ran in the sense it's not about whose mistake here. That's not where I'm getting at. I don't want fan clubs throwing their chakus at me. But I'm saying when Virat gets run out, there is a trend that you go on to make a big score. What is it? It puts more onus on you?
It happened twice. Even when I scored 264, he got run out in that game and I went on to score 264. But in that Bangalore game also, he was on the strike and he punched the ball, if I'm not wrong, from the right-hand side of the bowler.
Correct.
So obviously, your natural tendency when you're at the non-striker end is to go back and save yourself. So I went back, and by the time I turned to see where he was right there. And there was no way I could make it to that side because already.
Rohit, forget about it. We've all played it, and we know all these things happen. But I'm asking, does it egg you on so that because Virat is gone, does it put the responsibility on you of saying, okay, this 100 also I need to make?
I told you that when I was explaining about it. He got 100 in that game, first game, 50 balls, 100. He was in great form. So obviously, if you lose a player, in that fashion, you want to make it up. Yeah, you don't want to leave it to someone else, and you need guys who are in form to bat as much as possible. And we lost two of the guys. Shikhar was in great form. He got out. He made 60 or 40, if I'm not wrong. I think he made 60 in that game. He got
Shikhar
out.
made 60, correct.
Yeah, and Virat got out cheaply. I don't think he
He,
scored more than
he
10.
didn't get off the mark. He played only 2 balls, I think.
So he got out on 0. So obviously it was my responsibility to make sure that I stay till the end, because we always talk about one batter batting through the innings, and we three of us were in great form.
Correct.
Having scored a lot of runs in that series. So I thought, okay, it's my responsibility to be there, not to make up for anything, but just to be there to score runs and make sure that, okay, now two of our senior players or informed batsmen are out. Now I got to make the most of it. I was thinking like that, yeah.
Actually, this series was only about Shikhar, yourself, Virat, and to an extent Maxwell, George Bailey, and maybe Watson. That was where the series was, because it was 3 batters from this side and 3 batters from this side. And in fact, Yuvipa and MS hardly got much to do in this tournament. Yeah, I think Mohali, MS made some runs, but I think he got 100. He might have got 100. I'm not sure. But apart from that, I think it was mostly about the top 3 and the quality of top 3 batting, like you said.
Yeah, MS in that game against, in the game where I got 200, he got 60 or 40 balls.
Yes, correct.
Something like that, yeah.
32 balls, 60 or something.
Yeah. The helicopter was out. Because I could see it from the other end that, okay, wow, this is something. So I saw that, and then the 3 high-scoring games, Jaipur, Nagpur, and Bangalore. Except Bangalore, these two, Jaipur and Nagpur, 80% of the runs were scored by top 3 batsmen.
Correct.
So that's probably the reason Raina, UV, and MS didn't get to bat so much. In Mohali, we were put under pressure. We lost wickets up front, and that's how MS got to bat a lot there, along with UV and Raina as well.
Correct. Rohit, now with batting done, tell me what you remember from the bowling. You put your captain's hat on and tell me what do you remember about bowling.
I only remember one funny incident, which was dismissal of Shane Watson. Okay. Do you remember what happened? How he got out?
Jaddu caught the catch of Vinay Kumar and Vinay celebrated, right?
No, Jaddu was bowling. He bowled that ball fast. Correct. He bowled that ball so fast. Watson, before he could cut the ball, it hit his inner inside of the bat.
Hit MS's thigh.
MS's thigh and went to short third.
Correct. I remember it.
I clearly remember. And the run out of George Bailey.
Correct. Vinay Kumar threw it down from the other end.
Correct. He was looking at the bowler's end. By the time he could make it back, the ball was already in MS's hand and he ran him out. Those are the 2 incidents. And the third one, I'll tell you, I think it was Maxwell. He hit 1-6 of Vinay Kumar, which hit the scoreboard. Yeah, बहुत बड़ा छक्का था. I think it was more than 100 meters.
Yeah, Maxwell, I think, played a blinder, 60 of 20 balls or something.
Yeah, 20 balls, 19 or 20 balls, he got 60, man. So I told you, we were not sure whether we are going to win this game, because the way they were batting, and they were way ahead of run rate required.
But Rohit, the interesting fact that we are all missing in all these chakkas and chokas is the fact that Australia was 138 for 6 and Haddin made a 40 and Maxwell made a 60 in that. And from there, Faulkner got the 100 and took them through.
That's what I'm saying. When Maxwell was batting, it was looking very easy for them.
Correct.
And then obviously George Bailey was in the form of his life. Every game he played, he got 50 plus, 70 plus in that series, if I'm not wrong.
I think he got every 90 or something like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So if I was like, okay, they've got him to come. Now there's Watson who's going to come. Faulkner, Haddin and all these guys. So it's not going to be that easy for us. And then, like you said, 130 for 6, we thought, okay, now it's done. Now probably we can, take it a little bit easier. We can breathe. But then this guy came, Faulkner, and again played.
Any idea why Watson came down the order, Rohit? Because I kept